So I got to talk about Kill Tony.
Yes, for God's sakes. Tell me about KT.
I didn't even write it down.
That was the same night, by the way.
Weapons, yeah.
I was at Weapons. You were at MSG.
Well, first of all, MSG is shooting for Netflix, so they're going long because they want to shoot fat, like Rupert, and they're going
shoots
long.
The fattest.
And so you're up there for 3 goddamn hours and change. Cohort or whatever panelist is Matt Rife.
Oh yeah.
So I finally get to hang out with Matt. You hear Matt Rife, the lore, the handsome, the headset, the crowd work, the arenas. What's this guy up to? So I get to pick his brain a little bit.
That's fun.
Yeah, turns out we connected on sleeping pills. The guy can't sleep. We're on the same drug.
No kidding.
How about that?
That's pretty good.
Blue Chew. So it's called Seroquel.
Seroquel.
I've tried everything. Yeah.
Seroquel-amage.
Tried everything, and then I tried melatonin. I tried heroin. I've tried everything. Nothing worked. This works, so I'm sticking with it.
All right.
I've already gotten 20,000 DMs. It's horrible for you. You're going to rot your brain. You know how people do.
Yeah, doesn't seem great.
Nah, I'm sure it's not. But what was I talking about? I'm just kidding. All right, so I get to chum it up with Matt Rife. By the way, talking to Matt Rife, you feel like a ghoul. You know, he's tall, he's handsome, he's jacked. He's one of these guys where you do this, and it's all just puffy, hard muscle.
Been there.
Yeah. So I'm like, you're already feeling just inadequate talking to the guy.
But isn't he like 10 years younger than you?
Probably. He's probably 34. Give that a goog. Let's take a guess.
I think I just saw, because I watched a 14-minute video of him on stage with Dane Cook at the arena.
You rub one out?
It went on a long time. I think he's younger than that.
Sub 30.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, because he sent Dane a message in 2015. He was 15. So he's got to be like, I think he's like 25, 26.
Gee, well, he's got the world by the short and curlies.
He's 29.
29, okay.
That's pretty wild,
He's
man.
got 1 year left there, Rifey, until it's all over.
He bought the Conjuring house recently.
I heard that.
He bought like 80 acres in Rhode Island to build a sound stage.
Oh, maybe it was 2011. He was at Dane Cook's show in 2011 and was like 15 years old.
Wow. Well, pretty cool to write a guy at 15, and then then you start opening for the guy, and then the guy brings you out for your big whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know him and Dane were boys. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then they're just like on stage together in hockey jerseys. He broke a record. He saw him in the arena. He emailed him. And then there's a funny moment where he's like, my dream is to be on Comedy Central. And they're both like, we could buy Comedy Central now. I actually felt bad for Comedy Central. I was like, oh, this is sad.
But it's also fun because he was the hot guy. Dane was the sexy, young, cool guy, and now Matt Rife, they're very similar.
Right. Although I have to give I don't mean this disparagingly to Matt Rife, but Dane's a funnier guy in my opinion.
Wow.
Comic.
You know, to each his anal. I've actually not watched a lot of Rife's content.
I've watched a bit.
Okay.
He's very funny.
Well, also Dane, I don't think did crowd work.
No.
So he was more of a straight shooter with the material.
Oh, yeah. Dane's stuff is some of the best. I don't say this to take away from Rifey Poo.
Sure.
I say this to lift up old Danny Doo.
Yeah. So, yeah, good on you both, but whatever. So I'm in the bowels of MSG, and it's a buzz in the air. This show's got a buzz.
Of course there's a buzz. MSG. That's insane.
It's insane. So I'm trying not to let the evil brain take over. What are you, crazy? You're going out there with no script, 20,000 people, Netflix. You're gonna have a meltdown. You're gonna have a panic attack. What are you talking next? You're sitting next to the hottest man in the world. He's the 29-year-old Conjuring. The evil's slipping in. You know it does.
Yes. Well, we've talked about this before with Kill Tony. You don't have an act.
Yes.
You don't have anything
You
because
got
you're
no
like,
parachute.
I might not come up with anything.
Of course. It's all off the dome, the Iron Dome.
And there's 15,000 people, and you're like, and then like I said before, we talked about like sometimes you're like, I got something horribly awful and mean to say, but this is just a nice person trying to do comedy.
I know.
So it's hard to be like, you fat piece of homo.
Yeah.
And then after the show, they're like, you're my favorite comic.
I know,
and you're like, I'm so sorry.
I had a moment like that too. So I'm like, can we edit that?
Right.
The editing turnaround, it's coming out like Tuesday. So is Chuck.
That's unbelievable.
It's coming out Tuesday, and I'm like, that was a 3-hour show. What are they going to keep? What are they going to cut? I have no pull and juice, whatever. So it's all very loosey-goosey. It's one of these things where the show's at 7. I show up to the Guard at like 6:15, and I can't get in. They're like, we got you nowhere on the list. And I'm like, now people are like, Tuesday, ho-ho, photo. I'm in the line with all these mooks from Long Island and Jersey. It's a total bridge and tunnel fest. And I'm like, hey, all right. And I'm sweating, I'm like, I swear, I'm on the panel. I'm on the stage, Jerry. Like, I'm in the show. And they're like, we never heard of you. And I'm like texting Tony. He's busy getting blown by, Rogan. So I'm like, what do I do? Finally, I get a hold of a guy, and they have to, like, come down there. I'm like, you don't have me on the list? They're like, yeah, we forgot. It's all very wackadoo.
I feel like this happens all the time. In all the years I've been opening for big people, doing big things, it always feels that way. You're like, hi, I'm opening for Shane at the Greek. And they're like,
yeah.
I don't think so. And I'm like, I swear. And then you're like showing a text, but I could just put
That's true.
Shane Gillis under my cousin's name and go, look at it.
Shane Torres.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't know.
Yikes.
So, so I finally get in. Now it's like 6:48. The show's in 12 minutes. And I talked to Rife, whatever. We have a great time. Show went good. But here's the problem. I'm cooking. I got the evil out of the brain. I pushed it down. I said, shut up. You're going in. I had a gay pep talk in the bathroom with myself in the mirror. Mm-hmm. That was embarrassing. Like, you got this. You're going to be fine. Shut up. I accepted, as Alan would say. Just accept. You're nervous.
Right.
You're nervous. Accept it. Push through.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out there. It's fun. Matt Rife's hot. The comics are fun. We do a good job, but I got to tell you, Fatty, 3 hours. That's a lot of dome time. And at about an hour 52, I'm out. I'm out of gas.
I've been there.
It's too long. And look, I appreciate him having me. It's an honor. It's on Netflix. It's cool. It's a great credit. It's a huge show. But boy, that I just started drinking. I told the hot broad there, whatever her name is.
Yeah,
I was
she's
like,
fun.
yeah, she's very nice. Heidi. I was like, you got to get me a vodka soda. I got a kick in the high gear.
Right.
And then you start having some real lobs out there, like Big Bomb. Indian guy came up who stunk, and I went, what is it, Zoran Bomdani? And the crowd was like, who? They didn't get that. Mm-hmm. And had a couple of stinkers in a row, and then I had a back and forth with a guy that wasn't pretty. And so you leave really defeated.
Well, here's what I try to do when I'm on Kill Tony.
Please.
I've done it a few times, and hopefully again at some point. But you have to go, I'm not the show. Because in your mind, you're like, everybody hates me. I'm bombing. This is a horrible episode.
Yeah.
But you're just a small little piece. Tony's the star.
I feel like you're on the show the whole time.
You are, but so is Kramer, but he's not the whole show.
I guess.
So is, John Elway, but he's not the Broncos.
I see.
You can bomb and still there's a person next to you. Rife has to do well.
Yeah.
The comics are such a huge part of the show.
Yeah, they're freaking out.
Tony's such a huge part. Red Band, he's got the sound effects. Tony on him. The crowd work. The crowd is a part of it. So you're only a small piece. But in your brain, you get conflated into this moment of like, I'm bombing. I'm ruining the episode.
Yes.
This episode sucks. I can't believe how bad this is. But like with Rogan,
you are just the show.
You.
That's it.
Although he's the host, he's got to bring something out. It's his job to make it work. But I don't know. I think it's important to remember that you're like a sliver of the show.
Yes.
Because Tony's like 40% of the show.
Oh yeah.
The comics are 40%, and you and Rife are each 10.
Yeah, that's a great note. I need your little tiny mouth in my head saying that at about 2 hour point.
I think it would fit in your ear hole.
Probably in my dick hole. God willing.
But just around your dick hole.
Yeah. But yeah, so Tony carries it, but then don't you feel guilty? Like, Tony's doing all the work. Red Band doesn't talk.
Yeah, but he's like a punching bag for Tony in a weird way.
That's true, and he's got the sounds. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, am I letting him down? I'm not saying enough. Am I a waste of a guest? But then I've watched a few episodes, and some of the guests say 4 words in 2 hours.
Yeah, so you got to think you're never going to be the worst. There's no way you're the worst.
No, I'm not saying I'm the worst, but you want to be good. You want to bring it.
Of course.
He's nice enough to have me. You want to prove yourself, but it's all pipes.
That's what I'm saying. In your head, you got to remind yourself, no matter what I do, there's no way it's going to be like, did you see how bad Norman was?
That's what I'm thinking there.
That's what I'm saying.
Deadline. Norman stinks.
Deadline. I never heard of it.
Yeah, no one has. But so it was fine. And of course, we go to the after party, and I'm because I just got to like get through that, just turn my brain off.
Where's the after party?
Rooftop bar, Skylark, Midtown. It was
Ooh, the Buick Skylark.
very nice. And this guy comes, drunk guy, rando. He's like, dude, Long Island guy. He's like, you were funny as hell. You were great. Petered off at the end. Notice you didn't say much. And I'm like, who are you? My brain? Where'd this guy come from? And he's like, then you had that weird thing with that guy at the end. That was weird. Like everything I thought, he just regurgitated right to me.
Well, that's what they do. They love to do that. Hey, didn't you used to have a bigger dick?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I lost an inch in an accident, lawnmower. But yeah, so that was fun. That was classic. Just boom. I finally got over it. But this is the genius of Tony. These Netflix ones, he had Attell do a set. He had DeRosa do a set. He had Norton do a set. And that really, because you could have a couple of stinkeroos with these buckets.
Of course.
And then you have Attell come out there. Attell goes, well, look at these guys. What's your band name? Jeffrey the Epsteins? Like, he's just on fire, zigging and zagging. He goes, New York. There's no place to sit, but you can lie down everywhere. You know, place is going nuts. Such a pro, just killing. And Norton had a great set. DeRosa came out, did great. And then, of course, he did the this is awesome, Tony, you're changing and we all made fun of him because he got too real.
Oh, yeah, he likes to do that.
Yeah, and then he texted me the next day. He's like, was that bad? And we were all like, oh, it was horrible. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, that DeRosa is first class.
He's a great egg, and check out his special. He's a funny guy. But, yeah, we had a good night, and it was great to be a part of it. But then you wake up, and you know you have this after one of these big pods where you go, I should have said this. I'm being flooded with lines. Flooded like Katrina. And I'm a black lady's home, just floating away. Like, I should have called him that. I should have said this. That was a perfect line. And now you're rewriting the whole night. And it's pointless because you can't go back.
That's what makes these podcasts in general so hard. That's what makes stand-up so great.
I know.
Is that you do the show, you listen to the show.
Yes.
There was 80 people in the room, and then you go, okay, well, they got a pretty good show, but the next night is going to be better because I can listen and adjust and make it. I can control everything I'm saying. That's what makes podcasts so difficult. Because you come in and you're like, all right, this will be fun. We're hanging with the buddies.
Yep.
And then you're like, I don't have anything. And then later you come up with something. But with stand-up, you can come up with the thing later.
I know.
And you can hone.
You could put it in the act. And there you go. That's writing. But this is all, which I think is why people like it. It's all just in the moment, baby.
Right. And it's what makes, like, Skankfest so tricky. Because you're like, here are my bits. And they're like, no, we want off-the-cuff, crazy, call me a stuff.
Right. That's going to be fun. New Orleans, baby.
I can't wait.